Welcome to The Play for Monday, July 23rd. I'm Dave Morris. We'll preview some of the stories you can find in upcoming editions of the Oklahoman and online at newsok.com. We'll lead off with New Health Solutions. It says it has a sample bill to address some of the complaints with the health department's regulations on medical marijuana. The group's political director says he hopes lawmakers can use the document as a starting point to craft rules for the new market. But some patient groups are not ready to support the model measure. It's a story Meg Wingerter is working on. She joins us now in the Oklahoman's video studio. Meg, good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
My first question for you, who is New Health Solutions Oklahoma?
Well, they're a trade group representing medical marijuana businesses. And they created this set of regulations. They've been pushing for a special session, and they're arguing that this would be a starting place, something to get the conversation rolling. Well,
it's no shortage of conversation around the community, that's for sure. Over the weekend, they unveiled a 275-page sample bill.
They did, yes. That much of it is mostly going to be of interest to people who want to open medical marijuana businesses. It's relatively straightforward, the parts that apply to a patient. They included quite a bit of the regulations from the health department's rules that were unveiled two weeks ago. Obviously got rid of some of the more controversial ones like bans on smokable marijuana and limits on THC content.
You can find more information on the website. This group has a website called newhealthoklahoma.com. How much of those 275 pages have you read through at this point?
Oh, I've got about 100 to go.
All part of the job of being a reporter, right? Doing the due diligence.
Yes.
I've seen some of these signs popping up of dispensaries. Does this kind of provide or hope to provide some groundwork for those?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of information about what would be required for a dispensary, as well as for growers, people who want to process marijuana, people who want to transport it. But this has a long way to go before it could become law, because to pass something like this, it would have to go through the full legislature with a special session, which the governor hasn't called yet, hasn't indicated that she's going to call. So, or I suppose they could wait and do it when they come back early next year, but obviously these businesses don't want to wait that long to know what's going to happen.
They want to open up the doors and get into business right away. Let's talk next steps. I see Senator Greg McCourtney, a Republican, co-chairing a legislative joint committee. They meet for the first time later this week.
Yes, they're going to be meeting Wednesday. We haven't seen their agenda yet, but when I spoke to McCourtney, he said about this bill will be one thing they'll consider, but they're also going to be looking at a wide variety of other ideas, and he wasn't quite sure what might gain traction with the joint committee at this point.
It certainly is a hot topic these days, and among the more popular headlines on newsok.com. Meg Wingerter is all over it. You can follow her coverage every day in the Oklahoman as needed. We certainly appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
And again, more information from that group at newhealthoklahoma.com. Some other news to tell you about. Oklahomans in the energy and agriculture industries are among those concerned about the growing trade wars. While he was in town last week, U.S. Representative Steve Russell spoke with us about, he also spoke to local agriculture leaders and shared his thoughts with us about the state of trade relations.
I think that, well, there's a lot of questions out there, not on what the president is trying to do to put America in a better or more secure position. I think intent-wise, most Americans like that. They may not, have a preference for his methods or anything like that, but in terms of what, trying to have America in a stronger position, okay, who wouldn't? But at the same time, you've got so many sectors of our economy. I met with a bunch of folks connected to Oklahoma's agriculture today, very, very concerned about the impact that trade wars are going to have on Oklahoma products, our wheat, our soybeans, our cattle. When so many of these things were really starting to take hold and find markets and move, and then now, doors are being closed. Americans are right to be concerned about these things.
Our Hannah Pike will have more on how the trade war is impacting the local economy. That's coming up in Tuesday's editions of the Oklahoman. More than 20 chefs auditioned for Kitchen Space, the upcoming collective kitchens and cocktails food hall. The food hall features 7 different kitchens and allows new chefs a chance to gain more experience. 84 people applied, 24 people were invited to audition. The judges said they were looking at more than just the food during the tryouts over the weekend.
We want to know their personality. We want to understand what they're passionate and what they want to do, because we want them to do really well at the food hall and go and open their own businesses, an incubator type process. We want them to succeed, and again, that gives us an opportunity to bring new entrepreneurs and new chefs and new concepts in there, and so we're constantly evolving in that perspective.
Collective Kitchens and Cocktails Food Hall, set to open early 2019. It's over in the Midtown area at Northwest 10th and Harvey. Dave Cathy actually has more on this story coming up in Wednesday's editions of the food section. These stories and more we referenced, including Meg Wingerter's story on medical marijuana, coming up in Tuesday's editions of the Oklahoman, and of course online at newsok.com. Have a great evening, everyone.